Hello, and welcome to today's SOLT session, Better Together, Collaboration Techniques for Student Organizations. I'm Janelle King, working in the Center for Student Involvement with Registered Student Organizations, and today we're going to talk about the benefit of partnering with other student organizations, how to actually approach other organizations, what you should consider when other organizations approach you to collaborate, how to actually make that collaboration work, and then a few collaboration opportunities that we have here on campus. So, the benefit of partnering with other organizations. The first thing to think about is, why is it even important to collaborate? I know that's something that we hear all the time in terms of programs and working with other organizations, but what is it about collaboration? So collaboration is the coming together of two or more parties who will work collectively and cooperatively for the purpose of a common goal. So with that being said, with over 500 student organizations here on campus, you'd really be surprised as to how many organizations actually already have similar goals and purposes. Anybody is able to start an organization, and a lot of times they do have similar ideals and um, what it is that they're trying to achieve. But a lot of times, organizations have different ways that they're actually going to go about making those things happen. So, we want you to know that there are a lot of natural partners here for you on campus, and there are a lot of different ways that collaboration can actually help your organization. If you don't get anything else out of collaborating with another org, just know that you're gaining an opportunity to build new relationships and you can learn something new as it pertains to event planning. Everybody plans events differently, and there may be some best practices that you can take from other organizations who are trying to reach a similar audience that can help your organization in the long run. Some additional benefits of collaborating is getting an opportunity to get your message out to a bigger audience. So, like I said, not only reaching those that you tap into often, but being able to reach another audience that maybe some of your natural partners may. Get to connect with. It's also an opportunity for you to gain new members, right? So you're able to tap into their members, maybe join organizations, or there's an opportunity to get new members from that additional audience that you're getting to work with. You're cutting down on your organization's expenses, so now you don't have to foot the bill for the entire event. A lot of times you're able to either split those costs, or if you're receiving funding, a lot of times you can actually double the funding that you're able to receive because it's both organizations that are going to be eligible to receive that funding. You are lessening the amount of competition for space and time. We all know that a lot of times certain rooms here on campus go by really, really fast, and so you're cutting down on kind of that competition of that space and time because you're joining with another organization, and so you're able to hold the event together. And like I said before, just building those new relationships is really going to be something that's really key and really important in collaboration. If you don't get anything out of it, that is going to be kind of the most important thing, is just getting to build those new relationships and finding those partners on campus that are going to be able to kind of help you out in the long run. So, how should you actually approach other organizations as you're wanting to start this whole collaboration train? First thing first, before you decide that you want to collaborate, you need to be sure that you know what it is that you want to do. You need to have a clear goal in mind, and you want to kind of have a road of how you're wanting to actually get to that specific goal. You want to be prepared with expectations of what you have for the other organization and have some type of a timeline together of when you want the event to actually happen, how you kind of want different things to fall into place. You want to really have a strong idea of what it is that you're trying to do and the amount of time that it's going to take before you approach another organization for help. You want to be aware of what your org is going to be able to contribute. Don't set yourself up for failure by signing up to participate in an event that you actually don't have the resources to pull together. You want to be sure that you know how much time you're going to be able to give, if your organization has a level of skill or skills to do what it is that you're wanting to do, and that you have the necessary resources. That includes financial resources. You want to be sure that your organization is able to contribute in the same way that another organization is able to contribute, or that there are clear expectations and guidelines on what that financial responsibility looks like between each organization. If you aren't really sure what organizations there are that kind of meet those same expectations or kind of are going along the same type of lines that you are in your organization, or who may be those natural partners, check Get Involved. You can go on there, you can look at the organization directory and see what organizations are available for you to collaborate with. You're able to filter it out and see the different categories and kind of see who those natural partners may be. It's also really good to be strategic in who you decide that you want to work with. You don't want to just work with anybody, but you do want to make sure that it's going to be mutually beneficial for both you and that other organization as you are looking for ways to work together. So if you can, you want to also check to see if the group that you're wanting to collaborate has actually worked with anybody else and how it actually went over. So was the project completed as planned? Were there any issues that prepared them or prevented them from being able to move forward the way that they wanted to? Did the event get canceled? Those types of things. Were decisions made together, or did one organization do all the work? And that brings us to, did everybody contribute equally? Did they make decisions all on their own and then just kind of tell the other organization what they needed to do, or was everybody able to put forth the same amount of effort and come out with a successful program? You want to be sure that you approach the group leader with the details of the information. So, letting them know what it is that you're actually proposing. You want to give them an outline of what it is that you're looking to do, because most likely they're going to have to take it back to their group and make the decision of if they want to actually participate or collaborate with you in this. And so, by having all of the information up front, it's going to be more beneficial because they'll be able to give their organization all of the details and then turn around to give you that decision a little bit quicker, so you can know if you're going to be able to work with this organization or if you need to actually look for somebody else to collaborate with on the event that you're trying to pull together. Once a decision has been made, you'll need to work with that group leader to kind of set up a time to talk about some of those details of the event and get that plan laid out of who's going to actually do what, who's going to take the lead on certain aspects, how much you guys are each going to contribute, that type of thing. So now that you've talked about how you should approach other organizations, let's talk a little bit about what you should consider when your organization is approached. So this can really be great, especially if you're a new org or if you're having a hard time with membership or planning events. You may just not have the manpower or the skill set to plan effective programming. So working with other organizations who may have more skills in that area can definitely be beneficial. So you want to consider what's going to be considered from your organization. What is it that that the other group is going to expect from you guys? What's that time commitment going to look like? What are your specific responsibilities going to be? Are they expecting that you're going to give some type of financial support to the event? What is your financial obligation going to be? And then what is going to be the benefit of this partnership? This is really one of the most important pieces. How is this going to be mutually beneficial for both organizations? We don't believe in doing things just to do them, but you want to know, how is it going to benefit us to work with you, and vice versa. Are we going to bring more people awareness about a specific thing that's going on? Are we both working to reach a broader audience? Are we looking for new members? How is this collaboration going to benefit both of us? If you do decide that you want to work with a group, you want to be sure that your organization's name is on all marketing materials as well as their name. If it is a joint effort, it should be publicized as a joint event. Most importantly, you want to be sure that you're not afraid to actually say no. If this type of collaboration doesn't line up with your organization's goals, or your members are not going to be able to find the time or resources to actually contribute to the event and help, this may not be the right time to work together, and that's okay. You don't want to put your organization in a position to participate or say that you're going to actually do something and then not be able to actually pull through and meet your word, meet what it is that you said that you were going to be able to do. That can actually damage your organization's reputation and can actually prevent you from being able to get further collaborations in the future. So, how do you actually make collaborations work? Come up with a shared vision or goal. So, like I said, it does need to be mutually beneficial. So, let's come up with something that's going to help both of us and that we both buy into. We want to both be sure that our organization's goal and vision for whatever this collaboration is actually lines up and is going to work for both of us. You want to be sure to discuss all aspects of the collaboration until everyone is satisfied. Everybody's voice needs to be heard in terms of putting together the program or event or whatever it is that you're doing. Even if everybody's idea isn't utilized, you still want to be sure that you give the opportunity for everybody's voice to be heard. You also want to be flexible and be willing to try new things. It's important that you think outside of the box because that's a piece of collaboration that's so exciting, is that other people are able to bring something to the table that maybe you wouldn't have thought of yourself. So you want to be sure that you're flexible and willing to try new things. Listen and be open to feedback. It's also really important that you understand that it is a joint effort, and so everything that you want to do may not be the best idea, or maybe somebody has an idea or a piece of information that will make what it is that you're trying to do a little bit easier, or they have a better way of getting to the same place. So you want to be sure that you're open to that feedback and listen to other ideas that the other organization may have. If there are any questions about any of the timelines or any of the responsibilities, you want to be sure that they're answered adequately. Everybody needs to walk away understanding the same information. Nobody should walk away still having questions or still being confused on the way that things are going to flow or who is responsible for what. Try to make it a goal to secure the funds that you need before the actual event, instead of one organization paying for everything and then the other organization is supposed to reimburse them at the end or whatever the case may be. If you're working with a funding source that is reimbursement based, then of course that's what you have to do. But if you are planning to fund the event on your own, you want to be sure that all the funds that are needed are secured prior to the event, and then you're able to work within the budget that you've set. You want to be sure that the responsibilities are actually divided in ways that are going to be reasonable and respectful of everybody's time and resources. Do not make it to where only one organization is doing all the work, or one organization has more responsibilities or is responsible for dedicating more time to the event. Be accountable to your word and follow through. Like I said, if for whatever reason your organization is unable to contribute to the program, or unable to follow through and stay true to what it is that you said that you were going to do, this may not be the best time for you to collaborate, and that's okay. But if you do make the decision to collaborate, it's really important that you are accountable to what it is that you say you're going to do. Other people are relying on you and relying on your organization, and so it's important that you make the effort to stay true to your word. Show appreciation to everybody for coming together and for working it out. A lot of people are devoting their time and effort, and like we're talking about, it's a collaborative event or opportunity. So be sure that everybody feels appreciated for all of the time and effort that they're contributing. And then you want to be sure that you share in the glory as well as the responsibility. Be sure that everybody who puts in the work gets the rewards. Everybody who puts in the work gets the rewards. So, finally, we have a few opportunities for collaboration here on campus. Obviously, working with registered student organizations, you have those natural partners in our over 500 student organizations that you're able to work with. But out of our office, here are some of those other organizations that you're able to work with. So, Frontier Fiesta, they offer opportunities to collaborate often with student organizations at their annual events. So, you can have a carnival booth as a registered student organization. You can participate in the talent show or in a variety show, or even in the step show if that's something that you're wanting to do. The Council for Ethnic Organizations, they also work with organizations that are cultural in nature or are putting on cultural or diversity related events. So they can help you with a lot of different event pieces that you may need, so rentals, and then they also offer funding for organizations in terms of collaboration for those events as well. The Student Program Board often offers organizations an opportunity to collaborate with them on major events as well. So, Winter Wonderland, for example, RSOs are able to set up booths and participate that way with Student Program Board, and there are other programs that they host throughout the year that they try to draw in registered student organizations to participate with as well. And then the Activities Funding Board. So AFB does allow multiple organizations to collaborate on events and can reimburse all of the organizations up to the full amount of $3,000 per academic year. So if three organizations want to come together to plan an event, and none of them have received funding for the year, they're all eligible to receive up to $3,000 in reimbursement. And starting in the fall, AFB will be moving to grant-based process, so it will be grant-based rather than reimbursement-based. So those are different ways that we offer collaborations in our office. But if you are interested in other ways to collaborate or have other ideas for collaboration, definitely feel free to let us know. So, if you have any other questions related to collaboration techniques or working with other organizations or any ideas as it pertains to collaboration, feel free to drop me a line at jsking8@uh.edu. And we appreciate you for listening to our Soul Session. Have a great day.